Konnichiwa, bitches. Welcome to Kyoto by Night. Tonight's scene starts. It'll start in the apartment belonging to Pink Fox, where as she had invited a certain very close friend of hers. By close friend, we mean contact. To her apartment for well, a little bit of a get-together because, you know, the last time that she invited him to the club, he was a little bit, you know, whilst he was somewhat chatty, they hadn't really spoken with each other, and, you know, she wanted to, you know, encourage him to live life to the fullest, despite being trapped behind a desk and behind a keyboard, probably for most of his working hours. And so that's where we shall start the scene, as Pink Fox has probably basically set up for a literal version of, well, at least the Japanese equivalent to Netflix and chill. And that's where she'll start the scene, as presumably the door will like knock, and she'll open it and be all like, "Hi," to Hiroshi Ono.
Ohio.
Hey, I'm really happy. I'm really glad you came. You know, come in. You know, she'll open the door for him. You know, allow him to take off his shoes and put on his indoor shoes, and, you know, probably take him by the hand once he's done that, and like lead him into the living room, which probably has like some sort of leather sofa with like the little glass table in front of it with some like little snacky dips and things like that, and there'll probably be like a widescreen television there with I have no idea what they'd probably be watching. Probably some sort of probably some sort of comedy thing with forgetting what the guy's name is, but he's known for this like theme music that he uses, Tomoyasu Hote. But yeah, just sit with him, Netflix, chill, etc.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a lot more relaxing here.
Of course. So, how you been since our last saw you?
Keeping busy. Work's been okay.
Just okay. Not great.
Yeah, not. I mean, it's. I mean, it's okay. It's you know.
Why is it just okay?
Job's a job. I mean, I like what I'm doing, you know, but it's just.
Yeah, but if a job is just a job, I mean, if you like what you're doing, why, you know, I mean, I like what I'm doing, but, you know, you gotta have, you know, some love, you know, some joy out of it. You know, there's gotta be some reason to, you know, get up and go and, you know, do what you want to do for a living. You know, you gotta find some joy out of it. You know, it can't just be okay all the time.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of the way things are, isn't it? I mean, most of us, I mean, okay is better than a lot of people get for work.
Maybe so, but you can't just, you know, even though we all do our obligations, you can't just be complacent. You can't just be happy to fit in your own little groove, doing the same thing over and over and over every day, because, you know, it'll drive you insane. And you gotta have some ambition with life, can't you?
I, I mean, yeah, maybe it'd be nice to, have a condo or even a house, and I know my parents would like grandchildren someday.
So what's stopping you from getting the condo, I mean?
Well, I saving up some money, but I do try to unwind sometimes, and that costs money too. And you're expected to go to parties and stuff for work, and that costs money too. And so it just sometimes there's setbacks to plans, right?
Yeah, but there's always ways that you can get around that. And I don't mean not going to the parties or not, not doing things to unwind, because we all need that. I mean, you're in a position, I mean, you have a steady job, you're reliable, you've never been in any real serious trouble. The bound, your boss, your superiors are bound to see that you're not just some cog in the machine. You're someone who, has the potential to be groomed for something better. You just need to show the ambition, show the drive. We can all go through life barely making ends meet, barely turning a page in our lives. I mean, when it comes down to it, do you want to look back on your life and think of it as just one long collage of grey? Or do you want to look back on your life and think, I lived?
Well, what about you? Like, what big plans are you involved in that?
Well, everyone has to start baby steps. I know that these looks, they won't last forever. Yeah, maybe I've got another 10, 20, if I'm lucky 30 years before, wrinkles start to show. But whilst I'm a good dancer, I know that I can't dance forever. So, with that in mind, I'm studying, studying little things. Might not be the smartest, but I'm dedicated.
Well,
I want to learn how to manage. If I can learn how to manage, then I can use that to go other places.
well, I'm sure studying is something that it's a little bit easier to fit in to the kind of schedule that you hold than, I mean, my work keeps me pretty busy. Sometimes, even at home, I don't know where I'd be able to squeeze in any other time for learning more stuff.
Well, I'm sure that the JSDF would, help bankroll your education. I mean, you could, a little bit of self-confidence goes a long way. And you're in a department which allows you to well, you're not under fire, as it were. So you have that opportunity to learn how to lead, learn how to speak to people, learn how to motivate them, find out what drives them. And you can use the knowledge that you already have in the position that you have right now to facilitate your transition from being enlisted to officer material.
I guess I hadn't really thought of it that way.
We all have our own lives. Some of us don't learn how to laugh until, we're at a point where we really wish we had learned how to laugh. Some people don't learn how to truly express themselves until after, after the spark of life has reached its apex.
Yeah. I guess I could. Oh, this is not the kind of conversation I was expecting when I came over tonight.
Well, I've had a bit to drink. What do you expect?
I guess I could put more into that. I could put more thought into that for sure.
I'm glad I can be a positive influence on your life, and not just someone you can throw a yen at and cause their clothes to fall off.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, yeah, if I was able to affect something or do something that could get me a little bit more recognition, a little bit easier to, get the condo and find a young lady, settle down with.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to figure out how to do that, what it would be, what could do that.
Well, as I said before, we've already established that you're reliable. That's a good background to have. Things of merit, well, there's bound to be some things, obviously, that you can't tell me about that you're working on that, could potentially,
Probably not as exciting as you're assuming. My job, I don't normally see a lot of the exciting stuff. I thought I was going to have something, but apparently the something ended up being nothing. So,
well, you never know. I mean, when I was little, I used to hear all kinds of stories about, all the plots that, North Korea was trying to do to Japan, throwing supernotes into the economy, taking Japanese people's identities, hiding amongst the the Koreans living in this country, really horrible things. But of course, they're some of it was probably baseless rumors. Why? What were you working on? Turned out to be nothing.
Well, I mean, I can't get into too specific details, but I mean, I'm sure that you heard about the shots fired down in one seedier parts of town, and there's a few people that died, and so, but we're suspecting some sort of high level involvement, and we don't really have any leads going anywhere because either, well, yeah, because whoever assaulted the place made sure to take off with the security equipment, so there was no video footage to follow up on, and you know, we just don't really have anything. It's not like people in those lines of work are going to talk a lot to the authorities. So,
Where was this? Where it happened?
It was. I guess you might have missed it on the news, but it was down in downtown in business district. Places. I mean, not your line of work. It had a reputation for illegal activities going on there, but no evidence of any of that either by the time the authorities responded to the shots fired. So,
Well, thanks for giving me the heads up. I'll be sure to avoid that place from.
yeah, it's, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't envy the guys out on the streets with the amount of more danger going on out there, but I guess maybe I should try to find a way to help them not get into danger.
Well, do you have any idea who may have, or who would have a reason, to want to do what they've done?
Well, I guess there's always going to be some kind of turf disagreement amongst those people. I guess if I took a look at the group involved and to see what their more likely enemies were, that might help push things. But I mean, somebody else has probably already thought of that.
You never know.
Well, I guess I could be like those American cop movies where they're getting in trouble for poking their nose where they're not supposed to. I've never done that before.
Probably, but if they throw that, jurisdiction stuff at you, just tell them you're under orders, I mean, you did tell me that you were asked to follow up on certain leads. And if those leads lead you to that particular lead, and they're trying to, saying that you're poking your nose into things, just accuse them of what's the word? Trying to hamper your investigation, which is bad.
Yeah.
You need to stand up for yourself in these instances. You have an obligation. By following the orders that you follow an obligation. And if that obligation leads you into conflict with people who may have an agenda, because if you're all working for the same organization, if you're all working for the same cause, why would you try and hamper each other? Of course, you can't exactly tell them that, up front.
No, but you're right. I mean, I guess that's the only way I'm really going to get anywhere is if I start taking risks. I just don't normally like confrontation, but
Well, there is a degree of the level of risks that you can take. There's acceptable risks, and there's ones which are more of a gamble. You know, you could probably, survive jumping off of the side of a speedboat into, water, but there's always that risk that you might hit the water too hard.
well, I mean, I know obviously you're not involved in any of these kind of illegal activities that they're rumored to have been going on, but lady in your business tends to bump into people or overhear things, and if you catch wind of anything that might help, that would be appreciated.
I'd be glad to help. You're actually one of the nicer people that I dance for.
He'll actually get a big grin at that, and yeah, I try to be respectful and I mean, you're very appreciative and you're do a very, very good job. So, it's, proper, proper respect and compensation for a job well done.
Mm-hmm. You're still at Perv, though. And she gives him a little playful poke on the cheek.
He blushes. I guess, but
that's okay. Perv is good.
And my body pillow isn't wearing your face, so it's not that creepy. So
yeah, well, as much as I've been told that I look like fucking hell, man. Sorry about that momentary lapse. Right, I'm going to try not to break into a giggling fit at this point. I'm just going to quick drink before we carry on.
Laughing rainbow, you can get away with it.
That's true. Laughing waifu in this case. Right. Well, as much as I've been told I look like an anime character,
I think it's the hair that does it.
Yeah. Twilly, with the ringlet locks. I thought about going like dark red at some point, but then I just thought pink would be so awesome. Besides, not many other girls have it that way.
Yeah, I like the pink.
And she probably cuddles up to me a little bit as they watch the rest of whatever it is that they're watching.
Yeah, and he'll definitely just relax. I mean, frick, it's almost as in some parts it's even more popular just to hire somebody to cuddle and watch a movie with you rather than
so I've heard.
Other aspects. So that was he's probably having a really good evening.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, aside from the probably the montage of the Netflix and chill, surprisingly quite benign, but then again it is Japan. The only thing that Pink Fox is probably going to do at this point Well, obviously after she and Hiroshi have had their fun and he has to leave. She's probably gonna send a message to Chase, probably like a text message that she'll pick up at some point, asking her if she knows how to contact this Captain Wakahisa, who she mentioned before.
She'll message back that she doesn't, not directly, but she does have individuals that she get a hold of him or at least get a message to him.
She'll probably then text back asking if she could get in contact with him and not so much arrange a meeting, but more ask if she could if she could give an anonymous tip on behalf of someone.
She'll text back for sure, and then be a bit of a space, like a gap, and then she'll text again. What are you up to? Smiley face.
Smiley face, of course. She'll probably then text back, just a good deed. Winky face. BTW. BTW, Netflix and chill.
Of course, I have no idea what the kanji for LOL would be, but she'll respond appropriately, and she will go about attempting that. Do you?
In another scene, probably.
Yes. So what I will get you to do, though, is if you can just make a contacts roll for me.
Okay, just actually roll the contacts back around.
Your 2 dice for contacts there.
Okay, this is interesting. 2 and a 5.
Okay. And just so I can kind of gauge to what level of success we're going to have here with you sending your people out to do dirty deeds for you. And anything else on Pink Fox's agenda?
No, that's about it.
All right. Well, fly minions. Fly minions, fly.
Fly, my pretties, fly.
And with
that, they'll probably fall out, and then we'll have to go continue the research.
Yeah. Sayonara, everyone.